Hey guys, what's up? I'm here with the mechanism of coupling reaction, which I made you go yesterday in a very simple and short method. I hope you definitely liked it. But there was some unresolved question, and that was how the product coming out, because I made it very straight. So this lecture is about explaining you how actually the process takes place. So this is about the mechanism of the coupling reaction. But if you remember, there were three reactions I did, but all the three chemical reactions have same mechanism. So what I'm doing right now, I'm explaining one of the mechanism, and you can try the remaining two, because they are also based on the same process. So the first one was, I remember, that was phenyl orange, right? That was phenol orange. So it was made from the phenol and the diazonium chloride. So the reaction start with the phenol, and with the phenol, just pay attention. This is really interesting and at the same time very important here. So the reaction start with phenol, right? And phenol react with the basic medium, and if you remember, basic medium means there are plenty of hydroxide ion. So this is a basic, you have to understand that this is a basic hydroxide ion, and this hydrogen is acidic over here. So what will happen, this OH will result removal of this hydrogen from right here. So the first thing happens to be this hydrogen, you need to understand, this hydrogen is attracted by the OH here. So what happened, you get a water molecule, and by doing so you are left with phenoxide ion. So this is called your phenoxide ion. Let me write this. This is your phenoxide ion, right? Phenoxide ion has a negative charge, because you do know that the electron was taken up by the oxygen. So what happened next, it undergo a kind of plus R effect, though it's not completely a plus R effect. So what happened, this single bond converts into a double bond, and this double bond shifts its electron to the next position. So what will happen, this will result right over here, and similarly this electron will shift to the para position right there. And because of this shifting, what happened, this para position carbon, where you already find that there is a hydrogen, now there will be a negative charge also because of the lone pair. So this is the reason why the diazonium chloride attach itself to the phenol on the para position. So what happened in the next step, there you have your diazonium salt coming in picture. And what diazonium salt is, you do know that a diazonium salt has nothing but nitrogen, and along with the nitrogen there is another nitrogen here, and with that you have a Cl also, and this one has a negative, and this one has a positive charge here, right? So what happened here, this carbon, this para carbon of the phenoxide ion is electron rich. So what happened, one of the pi bonds shift towards the nitrogen. As a result, this become a positively charged, and due to that, what happened, once the pi bond shift to the nitrogen, there is no force of attraction between the nitrogen and chloride, and therefore chloride leaves its own position and remain in the solution, and that's the reason you get this product coming out to be. So let me draw that and show you what happened here. So what I'm doing, I'm drawing your phenol here, which has now become phenoxide, and what you have a double bond right there. You have a double bond, and there you have a hydrogen, right? You have a hydrogen, and then you have a double bond right here and also there, and along with that you have N with a double bond, and then there is another N. However, now the chlorine is no longer there, because the attractive force which was initially pulling the chloride towards the nitrogen is no more there, because this nitrogen has become neutral. So that's why chlorine leaves the, leaves the whole situation. So then what happened? This nitrogen, this nitrogen is still there with the, is with the, benzene here. So what I'm going to draw this one right over here. So this is what your, product coming out to be. So this is, the product you have here. And right after here, what happened? In case you remember, you also had a chloride ion here. So what I'm doing, I'm placing that chloride ion right here. This chloride ion, pull this hydrogen from here. So you need to be very careful here that this hydrogen comes out to be as a positive charge, and the electron here will shift to the, next sigma bond, and then what happened, this shift to the next sigma bond, and oxygen takes its electron, and therefore this is what happened. So due to that what happened, let me draw everything back there. So you have a benzene here, and with the benzene, what you have up here, you have single bond, oxygen. Now you have 3 electron pair with a negative charge, and then you have a double bond here, another double bond right there, and then you have another double bond right here. And along with that, what you have, on the para position, your nitrogen, again a double bond, and this nitrogen is bonded to the benzene. This nitrogen is bonded to the benzene actually. So I hope you are paying attention and getting each and every steps what I'm trying to do. So far we are very close to the very close to getting the actual product. And then what happened, this nucleophilic oxygen react with the this again react with the proton. So let's pay attention here. This react with proton, because this is highly basic, and there you have an acidic substance. So what happened, this one react and convert into a into a phenol. What you get here, you have benzene right here, right, and you have a double bond 1, 2 and 3. So this is your double bond first, then there is second and the third one right here. Now you have your OH here, right, 2 lone pairs are there still, and then what is there, you have nitrogen here, and with this nitrogen you have a double bond, another nitrogen, and this nitrogen is bonded to a benzene molecule. So this is ultimately your product is coming out to be. You can place the double bond anywhere right here because it's not an issue. And what this is called? This is called phenol orange. So this is the dye, the reaction was about phenol orange, if you remember. And this is also called coupling reaction. This is called coupling reaction. So I hope I made you go exactly what I wanted to say, this mechanism, and this was not just easy but also interesting. Let me repeat back the situation what we have here. We started our reaction with phenol. Phenol has one acidic proton which react with the OH, and it result formation of a water molecule. Then the remaining part is is nothing but a phenoxide ion. So let me write here what this is. This is your phenoxide ion, and this phenoxide ion then undergo a kind of plus R effect. As a result, the lone pair shift towards the single bond, and the next one shift to the adjacent, and similarly other one to the para position. So the para position become electron rich here, and due to that rich nature, what happened, this electron rich species result, a kind of attraction by the nitrogen from here to there, because this one of the pi bonds shift towards the nitrogen, and the nitrogen become neutral, and as the nitrogen has become neutral, chloride ion is free, so it's remain in the solution. and then what happened, this nitrogen bond itself to the carbon, which I have done over there. In the next step, what happened, one of the bond through which the hydrogen is bonded now breaks, and due to that the electron move towards the adjacent sigma bond here, right? You can also shift it this way or you can shift it this way, doesn't matter. So it goes here, and then this pi bond shift to the next, and finally oxygen go through a back bonding and restore its neutral condition. So this is what your situation looks like to be. And finally what happened, you get this product, and in the last step again protonation takes place, and this protonation result formation of your phenyl orange. So I hope I made you go through this mechanism, which were not just that easy but interesting as well. You need to remember each and every aspect here, that this reaction takes place in basic medium. The coupling is taking place between carbon and nitrogen, and the coupling is taking place at the para position, and so many other things about. So with this I have to wind this right here. I would say thanks for watching, and this was the last chemical properties and the last chemical reaction of amines. What I will do, I will take some question from the amines which are very important for the competitive section as well, and then I will definitely start with the next chapter. Thanks for watching. Take care.